We made a pinball machine for Duki, and it was wild. Stay tuned. I'll show you how we created this masterpiece. A while ago, I entered the pinball world and made the first pinball machine for Argentina's national team, the Escalinata. Simply for fun, I added new features like El Divo making a save, Messi doing the Topo celebration, the national team's bus, new ramps, everything designed by me from scratch. I even completely changed the screen with new animations of the national team and all the background sounds. I built this machine out of love for the national team after we won the World Cup. It turned out great and many people liked it.
We already lived it. We already lived it. We enjoyed it. Hang in there, Hart. It's over. It's over, folks. What a heated ending.
No, clearly. Well, this is something new. It comes up because I bought myself one. I always loved pinball machines.
That's why, sometime later, the possibility came up to make a new one, with a Duki theme, celebrating the end of his world tour. And the delivery times were pretty short, but I still accepted this challenge. For the Escalinata pinball machine, the base was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles machine in poor condition. In this case, I chose a Bally Xenon, a beautiful 80s machine in great condition. I brought it home and considered possible modifications. But nothing was done at random. Everything I designed had to fit perfectly. For that, I had to buy myself a new tool, a 3D scanner that I had wanted for a long time and finally got. In this case, it's the Metro X Pro from RevoPoint, which really is the best for these measurements. On the flipper, I took off the glass and placed stickers and key spots as reference points for the scanner. This scanner can be used connected to the PC with a long cable, or it also has a function to use it wirelessly. I used this other one because I was far away. But basically, you use your phone as a screen and scan everything while checking which parts are complete and which are not. It's important to note that what you see on your screen is just a computer clone, so you still need the computer. Once everything was scanned, the PC generates a 3D model that, in my case, I already imported into Fusion 360 to model the extra parts. By having a model that's true to the original, we can add whatever we want, and everything will fit perfectly. The first thing I did was redesign the transparent ramp. I changed that plain transparent tube it had for one with a melted style and drops, symbolizing Duki's drip success. Then I printed it using translucent red resin. With the same resin, I made all the containers for the new gummies, matching the colors of the chosen theme. The next step was to scan the playfield accurately so it was completely flat, allowing us to redesign the graphics and place each light and object correctly. There were a few more things I wanted to add, like the ball entering the little house styled like the Trap Mansion at one point, but in the end, it didn't get done. Once the new playfield design was ready, the old one needed preparation. For that, I started by taking everything apart and removing the protective film from the playfield. Then you have to sand everything with different grits until you get a really smooth surface so it's ready. I printed the new playfield at Rotograph using UV inks to guarantee the best result. And now comes one of the most difficult parts, gluing it, lacquering it, and making sure everything lines up. Luckily, since everything was scanned down to the millimeter, it fit perfectly. So I could go ahead and apply the 3 coats of automotive lacquer, which makes it shiny and perfect for playing.
Here, just so it's clear, if you look, this has 2 separations. In the first separation goes the glass with the graphic, and in the second goes a regular glass to protect everything. So let's hope it goes well.
Although here I made a mistake, I don't know why. I wanted to try a new lacquer, and in the end I had to use the lacquer I was using before, which gave me better results. It's French and it's really good, and you apply it with a compressor. We could already see how things were shaping up and we're nearing the final result, though much work remained. On the top part of the pinball machine, I had to make something unique, so I designed a 3D sign that said Duki, and below it, World Tour 2025. But it didn't end there. Inside, it has a programmed LED strip. The cool thing is that when I start the game, the sign gradually comes to life until it's fully lit up with a fire effect. And that part was actually a bit complicated. I had to build an electronic system that detects when the ball is in play to activate special functions. One was the sign and the other was the music. In this machine, I installed an audio board that kept the original game sounds, but also added background music with instrumental versions of his songs. and a little sound when the game started and when it ended. Another thing I did was change all the bumper caps. Not only did I redesign them by making vinyl records that symbolized his latest albums with a sticker on top, but I also put a small mechanism inside that lit them up from below and also made them spin as if they were playing. This is a personal detail, but I loved it. Since I had the 3D scanner, which comes with a rotating base, I wanted to try it out. I bought one of those Duki Bobblehead dolls. I put it on that rotating base and scanned it with the ReboPoint scanner so I could have an exact copy of the doll, but on my computer. And now that I knew the exact measurements in 3D, I wanted to see where it would fit inside the game. But I found that it didn't fit anywhere, and that's when I had a light bulb moment. I modified the ball launcher so I could put the doll's head there. So now every time you launch the ball, you have to grab Duki's head, pull it back, let it go, and then the ball launches. The ball shoots out and the game begins. On the top part, we put the new backbox graphic and replaced all the lights with segmented LED lighting, creating an interior effect for the results. The microphone that looks like it's on, and the crowd that had some little red lights behind it that gave it a spectacular touch. And well, to finish up, we put on the graphics for the entire cabinet, along with all the repaired metal parts, which were sent to be sandblasted and then finished with a baked textured coating that was really great and would also last another 30 years. And to finish, we did a complete overhaul of the machine, which means new rubbers, new springs, coils, posts, everything so that this will also last much longer. But something was still missing. We had to personally take it to Duki at the Movistar Arena right before his final show. Fortunately, everything went smoothly and we set it up right in his dressing room. Sadly, none of this was recorded except for this video taken right before entering the dressing room. When he first saw it, it was a beautiful job and I'm really happy with the result. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe. I'll be uploading more content on YouTube. Bye.